the card reader, they've been reconfigured, and they were all working. But these are electronic devices that can fail anytime. Prof, yes, sir, you want to add something to that?
Yeah, that is very correct. And then in this kind of country where most times networks are not anywhere and all that, they all fail at random and at will. So you may have that card readers may not function. So like the IGP, the past IGP said that he was prepared to be patient and was prepared to wait. We want to plead with Nigerians to do the same.
Okay, let's just take this now from an eyewitness reporter from Lagos, Ikorodu to be specific. You said no voting yet, still waiting for voting materials in Ikorodu, Lagos. Wow, we'll continue to recommend that you wait patiently, just like Prof said. The former IGP Solomon Arase had a similar experience in Ward 2, Redo to be specific. He made up his mind he was going to wait until the needful is done. We heard that he has since voted. So if you have a similar challenge, we recommend that you wait until you are attended to. Then from another eyewitness reporter, no INEC officer at Yoba College along Benin Technical College Road. We've been on that story, we've been on that matter for a long time, from Thomas Hado to Best Mbiri, and now to eyewitness reporter. The story has remained the same at Iyoba College along Benin Technical College Road. No officials, no materials. The voters are agitated. We understand they came out in their numbers, large numbers for that matter, but so far so good. The story from that place is really not encouraging. We hope the resident electoral commissioner, INEC Benin, can do something urgently about Iyoba College along Technical College Road, Benin City, where nothing is happening as we speak. That has been the report that has been coming in the last 30, 40 minutes, and we hope that something urgent is done to address the solution, address the problem there. We have another reporter live that we're taking now. Let's get an update on what's happening across the city center. We've got Kingsley Uchegbu, spoke with us earlier at Ovia Southwest. Kingsley, many thanks for joining us again.
Hello?
Kingsley, go ahead. We're listening to you.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, Kingsley. We're listening to you. You are now at Ovia Northeast.
Yes, I'm in Okada Westward now.
Okay, tell us what's happening there.
Okay, there's a massive turnout of voters.
Okay.
And just on the SMR of Benin, His Excellency, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osari just voted.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
I think Chief Biledion just cast his ballot now. At the moment, the wife, Lady Cherry, is also voting.
Okay, so voting is going on there smoothly.
Security presence, yeah.
Okay. Just to find a security presence is high, like you mentioned?
Yes, there is security presence.
So what's the general feeling there? What's the general atmosphere there? What's the general mood there?
There is lot of enthusiasm. I think lot of enthusiasm. Most voters are in high spirits to cast their ballot.
Okay, we're hoping that we'll be able to get live video from you, as well as pictures, just to appreciate some of the things that you have said now about Okada West Ward, where you said the SMR just voted. His Excellency, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osari Benejo, and his wife is also voting now. Okay, thank you.
I'll do that, yeah.
Thank you.
See, as I was saying,
before,
my first remark was that it's not really an election. It's a referendum.
Yeah.
Every Nigerian is interested. Whether the population or the turnout is what is overwhelming INEC, I don't know. Because if by 2 p.m. and they cannot get INEC officials, there is no need postponing any election. We will all wait, we will all vote today. We don't want staggered election. We don't want some areas, some states to vote and some states will be postponed. Everything has to be done today. INEC must understand that the law allows them, where materials arrive very late,
to extend the time.
To extend the time.
Okay.
So we want to finish everything today. We want to know which or whatever is the result of the referendum. It has to be collected today. INEC can extend the time to allow people who are not seeing INEC officials now. Because the people who are waiting, the voters, it's not their fault that INEC cannot get their ass together. So INEC should understand that after 2 p.m., they can extend the time to allow the electorate to exercise their franchise. It's not a question of staggered elections.
So no staggered elections. That's the
we don't want to hear that.
Now let's get Best Mbiere on again. Best will be reporting to us live from Uselu Secondary School. Best Mbiere, over to you.
It's 9:30 a.m. and we're here at Uselu Secondary School, 1/8 of a local government area. Good news, voting has already started. But one thing we noticed while we came here earlier, we saw a lady who was distributing permanent voter cards to some persons, and when confronted, she ran away, telling us that the PVCs belong to her. And the electorate here are wondering if permanent voter cards should be distributed on election day, when INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, had already said before now that the distribution of permanent voter card ended long ago. I drew the attention of security agents who were on the ground to the trend, and they assured that they were going to monitor to see if that will happen again. We'll be joining you again in the studio, Sunny Duke Okosu, to bring you more updates. Are you an INEC official? Why are you distributing PVC on the field? You are holding it. You are holding PVC on the field. So are you supposed to be distributing PVCs on the day of election? Unbelievable.
I didn't know more to it in the days to come. But the question is, no security official seems to be accosting that woman to probably get her arrested. Yeah, if she's been found distributing PVCs, we know that collection of PVC has since ended. So there's certainly more to this, but I'm sure that what we have on this story now has not ended. Best is going to tell us more on this, because it's not just going to end this way. That's clearly a clear violation of the rules.
It's a violation of the rules, because in the first case, is she an INEC staff? And from Best, that appears she's not. 2, where did she get all those cards from? 3, is she supposed to come to the voting center with more than one card? No. 4, where are the security men? Why was she not apprehended? Look at her on the screen. Why was she not apprehended in distributing cards, voting cards, I mean the PVCs?
What interest is she?
What interest is she protecting?
Yes.
And where did she get those cards? And she's going away, and nobody's accosting her.
Too many questions begging for answers. Too many questions begging for answers. And we're hoping that beyond the story that we just got, security agents, if they are there at Uselu Secondary School, will do the needful to apprehend that woman alleged to be distributing PVCs on election day in that particular school. So much is happening already. Prof?
Excuse me. You know, some persons have been complaining that they have been going to points, local governments, where they were supposed to collect their PVC cards. So many persons who transferred from one location to the other cannot now get their PVCs. Those who even registered cannot get their PVC. In fact, when some went to get, if you see the harsh response they got from, except if you had somebody with some level of weight on them, you can't get your PVC card. And so we are not seeing where the PVC cards are going. Yes, sir. Because some persons speculated in the past that there are some states where it was the traditional rulers that were releasing PVC cards. Especially in the north, they said it was at the Emir's Palace. You know, all the PVCs, that is where you come to collect your PVCs. We just pray and plead with Nigerians to take responsibility that you are giving something to do.
And INEC has given us the impression that they've mopped up all PVCs that are not collected, and they've taken them to central bank.
Safekeeping.
Yes.
So where did this lady get?
Where did this one come from? And we are also aware that this money, trader money, they call it, that before you get that 10,000.
No, Prof, I don't want us to get on that. I don't want us to get on that track now.
No, it's part of it.
We are talking about PVC. Then you surrender your PVC to get that 10,000. So it's not that.
So this lady,
we can't independently verify that now.
This lady, where did she get all those PVC?
Yeah, so that's the question she must answer.
So it might be through trader money.
Yes. Yeah, that's the question she must answer. Okay, we've got Deborah Ugbefo reporting live from George Ida Primary School. We'll be getting that report in a moment, in a bit. We're getting Deborah joining us from George Ida Primary School to give us an update on the election. Okay, if Deborah is ready, we can just let her take it away.
It's 8:55 in the morning, and we are at George Ida Primary School, Ward 2, Units 3, 4, and 5, in Oedo local government area of the state. At this particular Unit 4, 2,643 eligible voters are expected to vote at this particular unit. And as you can see behind me, the eligible voters have turned out in a large number to be accredited and subsequently vote for candidates of their choice in the 2019 National Assembly election and presidential election.
Now we switch over to Ikworia. Ikworia, good morning. Thanks for joining our live studios.
Good morning, Scotty.
Yes,
right now we have our is precisely vote 12. That is Ward 9, Unit 5 and 6 of our is local government area.
So tell us what's happening in those places that you visited.
The turnout of voters actually is massive. The turnout is actually very impressive, given the fact that one would not have expected this large crowd of eligible voters this morning, very early this morning. But they are here, right here, insisting that they are going to wait until they cast their vote. The voting is ongoing right now as I speak with you. And those of them who are of age are given seats to sit down, by the way, patiently, to be accredited and cast their vote.
What would you say about the arrival of materials and officials to the centers you're monitoring?
Yes, actually, we arrived exactly 8 a.m. when we first visited Ward 2, Unit 11, that is the primary school at Uhomura in Owan West. That's Unit 12 and 13. At about 8 a.m., materials were also on the ground where we saw INEC officials trying to educate the people, the electorate, on how to go about voting so that their votes will not be voided. So from there, we moved to Unit 3, Ward 3, Unit 1 to 11. The customary course at Yebe, still in Owan, is where voting at about 8:30 a.m. already commenced, and the electorates were there, accredited and voting at the same time, and it was all peaceful.
What's your comment on the security arrangements in some of these centers you visited?
Yes, on our way from Benin right to Owan West, we go to Owan East, on all the roads, security men precisely army, and when we cut across all the express routes, we enter the routes into the villages. We started seeing members of the defense corps and the Nigerian police officials They are on the ground, and all the units we have visited so far was they are strictly on the ground. Despite the fact that we have security officials on the ground, the voters, the electorate themselves, they are comporting themselves, and there's no problem. The place is peaceful. All areas visited so far.
Okay, we'll just pursue there. Igboje Warrior. We hope to keep tabs with you and get more updates in the course of this program.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Okay, situation from Owan East, Cherry News, with the level of response from the electorate. But, gentlemen, something very clear about the report so far: massive turnout. People are coming out in their numbers to exercise of function. Let me get
it's a very interesting thing, and I'm not too surprised. You see, when you are in a country where the standard of living has fallen, there's hunger, and people are not sure of tomorrow. For example, graduate unemployment rate is 58.6%, and inflation has gone up, and individuals hardly get enough resources to meet up with their needs. And there's this killing everywhere by Esme, Boko Haram. People are not too sure of tomorrow. There's this hopelessness in the land. So people are saying, hey, enough is enough. We want to go out and ensure that we do something, so that there'll be better life for Nigerians. So some of us are not.
So this election is a watershed for that.
Yes. I'm not too surprised. So and that's what people are.
And that's why I told you.
And
it's a referendum.
Yes, they are saying whether it is 10 p.m. today, we are going to wait and ensure that we cast our vote. So it's expected.
Okay, we've got Deborah Ogbefun live. Deborah, many thanks for joining us on the live studios. Tell us more. Where exactly are you now?
Thank you. I'm in Ibiore Primary School in Orejo local government area of Edo State.
So what's the situation at Ibiore Primary School?
Yeah. At Ibiore Primary School was 5, units 9 to 17. Eligible voters, they took out in a very large number, but they are yet to commence voting. They are yet to commence accreditation and voting at this particular polling unit. They are complaining that there is no result sheet. So for that, the process is on hold. I have with me some voters who are really angry to discuss this. Please, can we meet you, sir?
Yes, my name is Azwa Molewa. I'm a legal practitioner.
Yeah,
and I came all the way from Stadium Road at Benin. This place, just all the way, I didn't drive to vote. And I was shocked that a very critical document that should go with this election, which is the result sheet, is not part of the checklist that ought to be considered handy before voting can commence. To me, that marks of some shadiness. To me, I think that all these documents that are very sensitive should be complete before voting can reasonably commence.
So what are they saying?
They are saying, to me, the reason they are giving is quite laughable, that it has not come, or that it is in the office. I don't see why a place like this, like the happening already, which is not riverine, which is not extreme of town, should have the issue of logistics. That is my worry, that there's more than meets the eye.
Okay, now you want to say something, sir?
Yes, my name is Barrister Michael Bolge. I live at BZ Sapler Road. I had to leave home as early as 5 a.m. this morning just to come down to Ibiore, to exercise my franchise. But I'm shocked and I'm surprised that at this moment, election and accreditation have not commenced. Simply because the most sensitive of all the materials, being the result sheet, is not part of the checklist. To me, this marks some sense of shadiness. If we are allowed the process to commence this way, without the inclusion of the result sheet, we are afraid that the integrity of the process is, will be compromised. And as such, we are here, inside the sun, we are waiting very patiently, waiting, for the relevant agencies to convey the sensitive material down here before voting will commence. But however, it is laughable, it is surprising, because we live in an environment that is not difficult. We don't live in a difficult.
Okay, Barrister St. Michael Egwuage there, talking with our reporter Deborah Ugbefu at Iviore Primary School, where, according to them, result sheet has not arrived. That's the reason why there's a delay in the electoral process, the election process there. And the people are insisting that they must have the result sheet for the election to commence in that unit. So we'll keep tab with Deborah to have an update on the final outcome in that unit, where Deborah Ugbefu earlier, some few minutes back, gave us an insight into what is happening there. We've got Patience Osagiwa, pockets of complaints to the resident electoral commissioner at Ogbeson Ward 3. That's the report there. But I don't think that these are pockets of complaints. The complaints are really much. But let's join Deborah Ogbefu now. I beg your pardon, Patience Osagiwa.
SPO. The SPO is not around. Okay. Huh? What about the PO? PO. Where is the PO? The presiding officer.
He's there.
I think they are.
Where is the presiding officer?
You are the presiding officer. This is the right. How's the job going? Answer me. How is it moving? It's moving. Okay. Do you have any problem? See, it appears the job is too strenuous. You are stressed. It's overwhelmed. Don't be overwhelmed. You can't. This is just happening.
Thank you for that beautiful live video there, coming from Patience Osagiwa, who is on the entourage of the resident electoral commissioner, Dr. Hart. They were at Ogbeson Ward 3, where he was actually looking out for the SPO, and the PO was able to find the PO, but the SPO nowhere to be found. But I hope that some of the reports that we're bringing forward, the complaints that we're bringing forward, they're already being channeled to him, so he can visit there personally and address the problems that are coming from some of the polling units. So, but most critical of them is Iviore Primary School, where
apart from that, yes, just to state that the function of the SPO is very crucial to
very critical to the election,
because he holds the sensitive materials. He distributes materials for the elections. So where you are not finding an SPO on election ground, then where has it gone to? So that is what, we are trying to look at the rigging mechanisms. This idea of having the cubicle outside for people to see, and then not finding security men like we have seen just now, and then somebody is distributing PVC card on an election ground, nobody is apprehending, and nothing is happening, and then now you cannot find an SPO. These are rigging, and then it should be frustrated. That is the honest truth.
Okay, we've got
and therefore, massive turnout also. I want to give our panel here a very big pass mark, because at the beginning it was the question we started with. And we have said that yes, Nigerians are fully mobilized, and so we have seen now the results of that alluding now to that our position, that people are ready for this election.
Okay, we have an eyewitness report from Units 19, 20, and that's in Ward 9, Ego, from Okoro Primary School. He says, voting is in progress, everything is peaceful. That's the live picture from that unit. Hello, caller, good morning. Hello, yes, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, this is Bob Williams calling from Upper Mission.
Bob Williams from Upper Mission. Yes, what's the situation in Upper Mission, specifically where in Upper Mission are you calling us from? Okay.
I'm watching you. Like you just showed a clip now of the electoral commissioner at
yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. And this report that came from Olua Primary School.
Yes.
That the voting or the completing and all that is in the public clear.
Yeah.
Why don't you relate it to your news crew following the electoral commissioner?
We're doing that already. We're doing that already.
Please.
Yes, we're doing that. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Bob William, thank you. Just an observation there from one of the viewers following the live coverage from ITV Radio. We appreciate you, Bob William. But on our last story there, it says voting in progress, Unit 1920, Ward 9, Ego, from Okoro Primary School. And it says it's very peaceful. But we hope that something will be done urgently about some of the flashpoints that we have raised. If you're at a primary school, no result sheets. At Ogbeson, the SPO is nowhere to be found. The resident electoral commissioner is already on top of the situation because he saw that all by himself. These are very critical issues for this election to be smooth. But we're just getting ready for our first break, after which we'll be back to continue with live reports, live feeds from our reporters on the conduct of the 2019 election all across the state and from different parts of the country. I told you earlier when we started the program that we've mobilized our men and materials to be able to ensure that we bring you situation reports up to the minute as they unfold in the conduct of the election. We'll have another report we'd like to take before we take a short break. Take another report before we take a short break. We told you earlier that His Excellency the Esema of Benin voted in the Okada West Ward. You saw that picture there. You saw him in that picture casting his vote. And right now we have Efosa Uwangwe joining us live in the studio. Hello Efosa, many thanks for joining us. Where are you exactly? We can barely hear you, Fosa. Just so that we'll just do a slight adjustment to the audio so we can hear you loud and clear. We'll do a slight adjustment to the audio so we can hear you loud and clear. Efosa Uwangwe is also one of our reporters on the ground monitoring the election. He's going to be giving us a report. He's actually on the entourage of the Esema of Benin, His Excellency Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Osawao Igbeneghu, whom we told you has already cast his vote, as well as his wife. But beyond that, we want to know what the situation is like in monitoring this election. Hello, Fosa Wangwe, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Yes, what exactly are you?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Solid. I'm reporting from Ovia Southwest.
Okay, where are you in Ovia Southwest?
I just concluded monitoring in Obazua Modern Primary School in Obazua.
Okay, what's the situation? What can you tell us about that ward or that unit? We're having a bit of challenge to...
I also went to Akugbe Primary School. A little bit compared to the elections. So I tried talking to one or two persons there. They said that probably because of the time is still very young, so they are expecting that more people will come out. So at the health center, Udo and exotic primary school, both in Udo, the situation is calm and voting is in progress and the turnout is encouraging.
In all of these in all of these areas that you visited, what's this situation with the security arrangement? What can you tell us?
Yes, the security men on the ground and everything is intact. Now there is no complaint of violence of any form.
All right, Fosa Wangwe, thank you. We'll keep tabs with you and get more updates in the course of the program.
All right, thank you, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, that's the video we've been expecting. The ASM of Benin, Sir Chief Dr. Gabriel Sari Benijo, casting his vote. An elder statesman, a top-notch businessman, a grassroots man who is in tune with the realities of democracy, and today is done the needful to exercise his franchise. Yes, pressing his thumb on the ink and casting his vote. I don't need to ask. Okay, so that's ongoing right now. His Excellency the ASM of Benin casting his vote in Okada West Ward in Ovia Northeast local government area of Edo State. This is leadership by example, and that is what this is about. Some have said today's election is a watershed, it's a referendum, and a whole lot of issues at stake to be decided by this vote. But the most important thing, like we talked about in the course of the program, is that people have come out en masse to participate in this exercise. But there are a couple of areas where there have been issues. Iyoba College, Technical College Road, is having a challenge because materials, as at the time we checked last on that area, materials were yet to arrive, officials were yet to arrive, and then at Ibiore, no result sheet. At Ogbeson, the SPO is nowhere to be found. We hope all of these issues will be addressed by INEC. Then we actually started with Udowina Primary School, where Thomas Ado told us that the polling booths were exposed in the open. All right, so that naturally will make it easier for voters to be manipulated. Under that circumstance, it's practically impossible for you to avoid vote buying or vote selling. But we hope that INEC will swing into action and address all of this problem. Already, the INEC Resident Electoral Commissioner at Edo State, Dr. Hart, is going through the centers, the wards, and the unit to ensure he has first-hand information about what is happening. So those information will help him to address those challenges, those problems. So we hope that is sustained. One thing is to have information about these challenges. Another thing is to profile urgent solutions so that people will not be disenfranchised. The agitation will be nipped in the bud and reduced to the barest minimum. Let me get your final take on this before we let you go, Brashtai Bithamus.
Well, so far so good. I'm happy with the large turnout of Nigerians to vote, and I'm also happy with the peaceful nature of the whole process so far. The hiccups will definitely be addressed. The hiccup will definitely be addressed, and I believe that before 2 p.m. a lot of things would have been sorted out. But I want all Nigerians to please stay wherever they are, wait patiently until you are able to cast your vote. Today is important, and you are defining the life of everyone in this country for the next 4 years. Therefore, stay, be law-abiding, vote your conscience, and let everything go smoothly so that we can at least have a peaceful election that will not be staggered in any way. And I also expect that the materials will arrive wherever they have not arrived as at this moment.
Okay, let's get a final word from you on this segment. We know we're keeping you guys here for the rest of today. Professor Iyasere, final take on the exercise so far from the reports coming in.
Well, that everybody should be alive to their responsibility, just like we are doing here. Nigerians must understand that we have a stake in this country, that this exercise is all important. So if you are given any responsibility, you must deliver. Otherwise, this country must develop accountability procedure, that when you fail, you give way. Many persons are waiting for your seat.
this is life. Nigerians' interest is very, very important in this election because we are talking about another 4 years. And if it's another 4 years, then we must be ready to pick the right leader that will guide us, lead this country for the betterment of the masses. And well, anything good in life does not come easy. So we expect that voters will make the necessary sacrifice to ensure that they wait for that, for the materials, especially in polling stations or units where they don't have materials right now. It's the sacrifice they just have to make, so that at the end of the day, you won't say, oh, the wrong person was voted into power. You must play your own role to ensure that the right person eventually comes to power, because we are saying this is the Nigerian project, and for the past 4 years, it has not been good for the average Nigerian. This is the time to do something to change, change that narrative.
Whether it's good or it's not good is a subjective opinion. There are those who have the feeling that for the past 4 years it's been awesome, and I believe that they are going to vote.
And the majority.
Well, the point is, everybody is at one end or the other, depending on what part of the divide you belong. But as a station, we're here to provide both ends, both views, both perspectives, both sides of the view, so that you can form the right opinion. We have our first news package coming up later on, but we'll take a short break. We'll be back with you on the continuation of our live studio coverage of the 2019 election. Don't go away.